Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called Heir of Storms by Lauren Hamilton Murray. This is the story of 17-year-old Blaze, who for most of her life has been relegated to the walls of her family home. But when she and her twin brother are unexpectedly chosen to compete in the choosing right, which will determine the next leader, she is justifiably nervous. She has no idea how to use the powers that she is supposed to have, and she is being thrown to the wolves because everyone else competing for the crown has a lot more experience than she does. Luckily, she has a lot of book smarts, and she is brave and tenacious in her abilities, and she has some good mentors working with her as well. They might just turn her into a worthy adversary just in time. But as she goes through the process, she makes some new friends, some potential romantic partners, and she learns more about the complexities of the world than she ever realized before. And as it comes down to the wire and she starts competing for the crown, she starts to wonder if perhaps she might be interested in it after all. This story is great for young adult fans of romantasy. It has just the right blend of romance and the adventure that comes with the fantasy realm, and it's also designed in a way that is appealing to newer young adult readers instead of just the older ones. So while there is occasional conversation of romance, a couple of romantic scenes, and a little bit of intense drama and action, it is a good transition for those readers who are not quite ready for the intensity of more complex young adult literature but are easing into it. Also, even though those scenes are few and far between in this book, the complexity and the depth of the story will appeal to readers who have kind of that more mature mindset as they're going through as well. So they'll get to experience the world building, they'll get to see how Blaze and her companions interact with each other, and there's a lot of twists and turns that keep readers guessing as the story goes on. So it is young adult, and also Blaze is a character who has a lot to learn in the book, but she does so with grace and also some humility when things don't exactly go as she plans. As you can see, there is not a whole lot of white space in this book, but because there's a lot of interesting dialogue and that the story keeps you on your toes, it does move pretty quickly. It is the first in its series, and it is set up that way. So it's a great foundation for the series. You get to learn a lot about the world and how everything goes together. You understand how Blaze goes from this timid, sheltered character into one who has a little bit more autonomy and understanding of herself in the world as the story progresses. And it is a enjoyable journey as you go along as well. So if you're a fan of romantasy literature, of things like the Hunger Games, where there's competition with kids against one another, then you'll find some things to enjoy in this story. If it sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.